Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Everything Old is New Again. My name is Douglas Viviani. I'm here and will be here every week with my co-host, David Cohen. Dave?
Hello.
All right, and we're also with our producer, Chris Solger, here this afternoon.
Hello, hello.
And we want to take the time today to discuss Everything Old is New Again, and talk about what is this program and why are we here. In essence, this is a nostalgic look to the future. We are going to take a look at the entertainment of the past and what we enjoyed growing up, and maybe even what we enjoy at present. This is going to be a contemporary show where we'll try to juxtapose the entertainment of the past to that of today and see where we're going in the future. We'll have some fun with quite a number of clips. We'll enjoy our time together and have maybe a laugh or two. And I'd like very much to warn you that once you hear the program, you're going to be tempted to start the arguments that you're going to love to have. Hopefully this will be a program that and a father can listen to with son or daughter, and mom can join in on the fray, and we can have some arguments with such fun topics as maybe what's the best comedy of all time? Was it The Honeymooners? Was it The Odd Couple? Seinfeld? Big Bang Theory? Where do we stand on that, and why? We'll have some clips we'll juxtapose in between so that we can refresh our memory of these programs. Maybe we'll look back at commercials and see how important they were in our lives back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and how today it takes quite a bit more for an advertiser to gather our attention for us to remember an Aflac commercial or whatever it might be. We're going to be enjoying our time together, and we hope that you tune in to 103.9 Long Island News every Saturday night at midnight to have some fun with us, maybe before you go to bed, or if you're young enough, before you go out. Dave, what do you think of our setup? We're talking about the show today. Why are you even here, and what's it all about?
Yeah, I've been asking myself those same questions. No, well, first of all, Doug, thank you very much for inviting me here. And Doug and I just go back a long, long time when we were in high school. I won't mention the year, but
I think the one rule about this show, and there aren't many rules, we're just not going to mention our age.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that secret. Yeah. I think that this concept appeals to me a great deal because, as corny as it sounds, growing up on television in the 70s. Oh, we weren't going to mention. Oh, just the age.
Well, we were alive in the 70s.
Decades we could mention?
Yeah.
Okay. I basically, TV for me was my babysitter. And as corny as it sounds, as I said, there are a lot of themes and ideas and morals that I've kept with me my entire life, for good or bad. I think mostly for good. Much less violence back then, more kind of wholesome messages, but also a great deal of silliness and camp and ridiculousness that was so entertaining as a child. And I think I've been able to sort of keep that spirit with me throughout my life. So I like that. So I'm here to talk about it. I love talking about it. There are so many people that are younger than me right now who just don't remember this stuff other than you guys. So
well, maybe as a result of this show, since it's going to be the nationwide sensation that we expect, eventually they'll look back and say, wait a minute, I never saw The Honeymooners. They're saying it's better, if we do say that, than The Big Bang Theory. Maybe I'll take a look at it and see what it's all about. It's still on TV all over the place. And speaking of which, we're certainly here to have some good, clean fun. And along those lines, there are clips and clips and clips that we have taken and gathered together for the show for the next umpteen weeks that we're permitted to continue with this program.
The limit is umpteen, I think, after that.
Umpteen is the limit. and speaking of which, for the umpteenth time, I'd like to say that I enjoy working with Dave, and I'm happy to have him along. And I wouldn't have done the show with anyone else for sure, except, of course, Chris Solger, who is here as our producer and helped with all of those clips. So the question is, Chris, just to give us an idea, we've been working over the last, I'd say, month and a half half together late nights after our other jobs. And at this point, I'd like to see or get a little evaluation or peek into your experience as to what you've been doing with our show and help prepare for it.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. I want to thank you for the opportunity. It certainly has given me an opportunity to travel back in time and think about growing up and where I was when I watched these shows, and just what a great experience. And I want to thank you for letting me be involved with this. There's been a lot of clips that we've done since the end of February, early March, over 295 clips and over 46 hours worth of work to put these together.
Let me interrupt you for a minute. To find a clip, what are we talking about? What's the audience going to hear? It's from time to time.
I mean, there's going to be clips everywhere from sci-fi, from Planet of the Apes to Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea, to
so contemporary shows as well, present day shows as well.
Absolutely, all over the television spectrum, and it's gonna, hopefully it's gonna be a lot of fun for people that are either sitting at home and listening to this, or in their car that can listen to this and maybe get away from this stressful world we're in and just take a trip back and think about the good old days then when we used to gather around the TV set.
Exactly, and that's what I enjoyed doing this. How I enjoyed getting away from the everyday work of being an attorney, and. If you're just tuning in, by the way, you're listening to Everything Old is New Again, 103.9 LI News. To escape is really not the right word. It's to go back to the day when we were younger, more carefree and enjoying life. And I think we certainly can enjoy life to this day, even when you've got responsibilities of a family and children and a mortgage. Let's not forget that life is to be enjoyed in art, and the art form of our day really is television, movies, certainly some literature. For me, that includes comic books. But let's face it, that's what it's all about, is to, we work hard to spend those 2 hours at night, let's say, with your family at dinner and talking about your day, but also maybe, hey, you know what? Big Bang Theory's on tonight. Let's watch it with, family or Dancing with the Stars, whatever it might be. It's our art form, and it's our not necessarily way of escape, it's our way of enjoying life, I would say. Dave?
I sorry, dozed off for a minute. But yes, I think that that is you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It's not so much an escape as another way to enjoy your life today and enjoy it with the family, which I think is an excellent point. I make it a point to, as much as we like to have conversations within the family, I mean, let's face it, we watch TV together a lot. So, but that's an experience. It's a family experience. It's one I had growing up, and I think is important to continue today, whether it's the Big Bang Theory or that great Cosmos show that they just reintroduced. It's really important. So,
and one of those things I think that's of interest is that if you're younger and you don't remember some of these programs, there are analogous programs or programs that are on television today that may have been built upon the foundation of these other programs that we're talking about. And just because something is in black and white or is on a rerun, not on national television, so to speak, doesn't mean it doesn't have value. And it certainly does, if you were to experience it anew, does add to your, if you will, kaleidoscope of what you enjoy and what makes your personality what it is. Right. We're going to talk about such things as goes back like, what's the James Bond? Who is the best James Bond? That's a contemporary movie that is to this day, but believe it or not, it goes back, if you don't remember, back to 65 with Sean Connery as the first 007 and Dr. No. So this is something that's not one of these nostalgic shows that we're just going to talk about the past. We're going to juxtapose that and talk about it with the present day and maybe even what's going to happen in the future. Any topics of interest, Chris, that you went over that, during the clip phase of the preparation that you might find of interest to anyone? We've got a lot of great shows coming up, and just putting these clips together, I mean, it's really, really going to be a lot of fun for our listeners. We're going to explore everything from Planet of the Apes history to what is the best comedy in TV history, Star Trek versus Lost in Space.
space.
It's
We
a hot
have.
topic. It's
It is
a hot one, baby.
I heard that on the subway the other day.
I mean,
Some
that's
kids were
certainly
arguing
going to get
about
a lot of talk and a lot of arguments going. The Twilight Zone. What are the best and worst episodes, and what are the meaning behind them?
Right.
A Mad Mad World, game shows then and now. Let's go into food for a second. Is the hot dog still the king at the baseball stadium? I'm a big fan of sausage and peppers. I'll be glad to be on the show for that one, Doug.
There's going to be some arguments over that, that's for sure.
So, the list is endless. This is going to really be a lot of fun every week, and I just encourage our listeners to really tune in because it's going to be a great ride.
Absolutely. And speaking of tuning in, you don't have to listen to it live if you aren't out or you are out and about. What you can do is tune into linews.com. That's linews.com, and the program will be broadcast there and live. And of course, there'll be a podcast there and a podcast on our individual website. Certainly, if you want to participate with us, you can take a look at our website, which we'll announce on a later date as to what it is, and you'll be able to go ahead and email us what your thoughts are about particular topics, and maybe join us either in the guest chair seat or at least by an email that we'll read on the air to try to have you participate with us on the show.
What about Twitter? Are we doing Twitter? I don't want to get too ahead
we
of
have to
ourselves.
investigate.
We're
that.
actually,
That's up
I'm
to Chris.
actually looking into that as we speak.
All right,
We're going to
we'll
try to see if
catch
we
up
get
on
a
that
little
on the other
buzz going
side.
through
We'll talk to
Twitter.
you soon.